Imagine walking into a big box store, Target or Best Buy, and wandering into the TV aisle. The screens are dazzling, colors pop, contrast is jaw-dropping, and the price tag says, "Best deal." You pick out a 65-inch, it's on sale, and you think to yourself, this is the one. But here's the catch. What you see in store isn't always what you get at home. Let me explain why these TV deals can mislead you. Some TVs are retailer-exclusive models, with names or model numbers that sound premium, but specs are cut. Certain units come with reduced internals, fewer HDMI ports, lower brightness, or weaker dimming. And here's the real kicker. Demo mode in-store can boost brightness, color saturation, and contrast, making the TV look amazing under showroom lights. But when you bring it home, in your living room lighting, it may feel flat or too dim. That shiny end cap set might be stunning in the store, but once it's on your wall, things change. Colors fade, motion looks glitchy, the remote feels too complicated, or odd ads pop up that you never saw in the showroom. You might find yourself squinting at the screen, frustrated that the vibrant picture you saw at Best Buy now looks washed out. Today, we're ranking 12 major TV brands you'll commonly find at U.S. retailers. From the worst traps to the ones that are genuinely worth your hard-earned money. We're talking about picture quality you can actually see in normal lighting, remotes that don't require an engineering degree, and reliability that lasts. Let's dive in. Number 12. Insignia. This is the one you spot in the bargain bin at a big box store like Best Buy. Very low cost, but quality and longevity suffer in ways that might not be obvious until you've lived with it for a few months. Here's what you're dealing with. A basic LED panel with limited HDR or dimming, and likely just standard 60 Hz refresh rate. That means sports and fast action might look blurry. Many Insignia models run Fire TV OS, which can be slow, and ads are common. You'll see them every time you turn on. On reliability, there's a smaller margin for error with cheaper components, and some users report freezing or lag. Community guides warn to avoid no-name brands like Insignia because of lower quality. The low price is tempting, especially during Black Friday, but compromises in brightness and panel uniformity make it less ideal long-term. Some buyers say it's fine for a guest bedroom, but others warn it's not built for daily use. The picture might look acceptable at first, but over time you'll notice dark corners, uneven backlighting, or colors that don't look right. Cheap as chips in the store, but that bargain may not last in real life. Next up, a more established brand, but still a risky pick for serious viewing. Number 11. Philips. Philips is often the nostalgia pick, with its signature Ambilight flare that projects colored light onto the wall behind your TV. Stylish, but not always optimized for performance or value, especially in America. You'll find some Ambilight models, but limited premium HDR or very high-end panels in the US market. The brand is more popular in Europe, software varies, there's less widespread model selection here, and a patchier app ecosystem. On reliability, there aren't as many reviews in the US, and the after-sales footprint is limited. For design lovers, Ambilight is great, but you pay for lighting effects more than picture performance. According to brand popularity data, Philips is niche in the US market. The Ambilight effect is cool, but when it comes to core picture quality, motion handling, and brightness, you're often getting mid-range performance at a premium price. Pretty halo glow, but not the best punch for your dollar. If you want more performance for less glam, here's a brand that's emerging fast. Number 10. Sharp. Sharp used to be everywhere, but now, its TV presence is a shadow of what it used to be. Legacy name, but very few competitive modern models in the U.S. Models are often basic LED or LCD, with few high-end 4K or HDR flagship sets. You won't find cutting-edge mini LED or advanced local dimming. Software is mixed or low visibility, with limited smart TV innovations. On reliability, there aren't many current-gen reviews, and there's concern the business focus is reduced. It might appeal to budget buyers who recognize the Sharp name from decades past, but there are trade-offs on features and support. According to Trust Brand research, Sharp is less prominent than top brands. You're essentially paying for a name that used to mean something. The panels are serviceable but unremarkable, the smart features are behind the curve, and the overall experience feels stuck in the past. A familiar name, but you might pay more for less. If Sharp feels stale, Toshiba could feel familiar, but not always in a good way. Number 9. Toshiba. Toshiba TVs still pop up in discount racks, but here's why they rarely wow. Budget-friendly, but limited in features and performance. You're looking at basic 4K, moderate color and contrast, and not many high-performance HDR models. Many Toshiba sets use Fire TV OS, good app support, but ads and bloat slow things down. You'll have access to major streaming apps, but navigating isn't as smooth. Mixed legacy on reliability. It can be fine for casual use, but not premium-grade durability. Very competitive on price, but the trade-off is fewer bells and whistles like advanced motion smoothing or multiple HDMI 2.1 ports. This reflects slower trust ranking in US. Reports. For someone who just wants a TV that plays Netflix without fuss, Toshiba can work. But if you care about picture quality in bright rooms, or for sports, you'll likely be disappointed. A solid budget name, if your main goal is just works TV watching. For those who want more brightness, or a bigger screen, Vizio might feel like a step up, on paper. Number 8, Vizio. Vizio used to dominate budget quantum dot TVs, but things are shifting fast. Good value, but business changes and quality consistency are concerns. The Quantum Dot M series offers good color, but local dimming and brightness may lag. SmartCast, Vizio's OS, is okay, but not as snappy as Google or Roku, and ads are present. As recently as 2025, the brand is being absorbed into Walmart's private label strategy, which raises questions about future quality. Historically strong value, but future model direction is uncertain. Vizio is ranked among top trusted brands, but there's risk due to the ownership shift. Vizio built its reputation on offering features at prices well below Samsung and Sony. That value proposition still exists to some degree, but the brand is in transition. A strong value pick, but the brand's direction may change more than its models. Now, let's move to bigger names, ones you might trust more. Number 7, Roku branded TVs. Roku TVs are like the comfy sweater of streaming. Simple, reliable, but not tuned for cinephiles. Super user-friendly, but panel and picture specs are often modest. Typically LED or QLED, but not always high-end panels or local dimming that creates deep blacks. The focus is on software, not bleeding-edge picture technology. Roku OS is highly intuitive. Streaming is very accessible, with a simple grid interface anyone can navigate. And here's important, Roku OS is built by Roku itself, meaning regular updates. Roku TVs often get software updates, but budget OLED or premium features like 120Hz refresh rates are lacking. Great for someone who prioritizes ease of use over specs. Owners love the interface, but power users say it's too basic. The Roku interface is genuinely excellent. You can search across all services at once. The remote is simple, and setup takes minutes. But picture. Quality is middle of the road. If you just want to stream without fuss, it's a comfortable, safe choice, but don't expect premium picture. Let's step into the mid-tier, where performance and price start to balance. Number 6, Hisense, and we're spotlighting the Hisense U65QF Mini LED. Hisense is making big noise with its mini LED sets that deliver impressive specifications at prices that undercut big brands. Excellent brightness and specs for the money, but software and quality control can be uneven. The U65QF Mini LED delivers very high peak brightness, often exceeding 1000 nits, which means HDR really pops and the TV performs well in sunlit rooms. Solid local dimming with hundreds of zones creates good contrast, and HDR support means you're getting the best from streaming. Many Hisense models use Fire TV OS, good for streaming, but ads are common and the UI can lag. Some reports mention firmware quirks, while others praise the value. Users say it's a good TV, but quality varies. Some get a great panel, others get uniformity issues. For mini LED performance at lower cost, it's very compelling if you're willing to accept some risk. Real-world buyers appreciate the brightness to value ratio, but some caution to buy where return is easy, like Costco. Hisense represents the new wave of Chinese manufacturers, challenging established brands by offering high-end features at mid-range prices. When you get a good unit, picture quality rivals TVs costing twice as much. But the inconsistency and software issues mean you're taking a gamble. A bright bargain, but not totally risk-free. Alright, we're halfway through, and if you made it here, you've dodged some real pitfalls. Remember, some of the cheapest sets you see in store are exclusive SKUs with trimmed-down specs, and big discounts don't always mean great performance. That $400 65-inch TV might have a dimmer panel, fewer ports, or slower processing. If this already saved you from a bad deal, hit subscribe. The next 6 might shock you. But if you want the budget plus simplicity combo, TCL steps in next. Number 5, TCL, and we're spotlighting the TCL QM6K Mini LED. TCL is climbing the ranks fast, and its Mini LED models punch way above their price, delivering picture quality that was only available in $1,000 plus TVs just a few years ago. Excellent performance for price, but not quite premium in build quality. The QM6K offers local dimming with hundreds of zones, very good contrast that creates deep blacks next to bright highlights, and HDR support for both HDR10 and Dolby Vision content. It runs Google TV, large app catalog with virtually every streaming service, voice control through Google Assistant, but some reported lag when switching apps. Generally solid reliability, though some early users noted instability with certain apps or occasional crashes. Consistently among best performance per dollar in 2025 reviews. For example, Artines dropped older models to include better ones like the QM6K. Reviewers call it a value-packed path to Mini LED. TCL has become the go-to recommendation for people who want great picture quality without spending $2,000. The Mini LED backlighting creates impressive contrast, HDR content looks punchy, and the overall experience rivals much more expensive sets. The trade-offs are in the details. Build quality feels cheaper, the remote is basic, and you might encounter occasional software hiccups. But for most viewers, especially those over 65 who want a clear, bright picture that makes text easy to read, this is excellent. A smart pick if you want glowing performance without breaking the bank. If you're willing to spend a little more, Panasonic is quietly making a comeback. Number 4, Panasonic, and we're spotlighting the Panasonic Z95B OLED. Panasonic is back, and its latest OLED is turning heads among home theater enthusiasts. Premium image quality plus strong build, but smart TV compromises. The Z95B OLED has a 4-layer tandem structure with very high brightness for OLED, pushing past traditional OLED limitations. This means you get infinite contrast and perfect blacks with much better performance in bright rooms. It uses Fire TV OS, per the CES 2025 reveal, which some consider cluttered with ads. The interface works, but it's not as clean as some competitors. Known for strong build quality and a legacy of plasma and high-quality displays, Panasonic brings serious engineering. High price, often $1,500 to $2,000 or more for a 65-inch, but for a discerning viewer, it's one of the few returning premium Japanese heritage brands. Trusted brand resurgence. Praised in CES coverage, Panasonic left the US TV market for years, their return. With this high-end OLED signals they're serious about reclaiming their reputation. The picture quality is outstanding, with accurate colors filmmakers would approve of and motion handling that makes sports look smooth. The build feels premium, not like flimsy plastic of budget sets, but you're paying a premium, and the Fire TV interface isn't everyone's favorite. Premium craftsmanship meets serious picture, but you pay for the return of a classic. Now, stepping into even more premium arenas, here's LG. Number 3, LG, and we're spotlighting the LG OLED 65 G4. LG is the king of OLED, especially for deep blacks and cinematic viewing that makes movies feel like you're in a theater. Exceptional picture, but cost and complexity may not suit everyone. This OLED delivers deep blacks that are literally perfect because each pixel can turn off completely. Excellent contrast with bright highlights next to those perfect blacks, and likely HDR10 and Dolby Vision. Support. It runs WebOS or newer, which is mature and responsive with minimal lag, a smart and intuitive UI refined over many years. LG OLEDs are well established, and burn-in risk is low for typical TV watchers who don't leave static images on screen for hours. While pricey, often $1,800 to $2,500 for a 65-inch, it's often regarded as a long-term investment for serious viewers. LG ranks high in sales and trust surveys. The OLED picture is genuinely different from LED or QLED. When you watch a dark scene, you see details and shadows that would be crushed on other TVs. Colors are vibrant without being oversaturated, and motion is smooth without soap opera effect. The WebOS interface is clean and easy to navigate. For viewers over 65, picture clarity and text readability are excellent, making captions easy to read. If you want a truly cinematic screen for your living room, this is a top-tier match. But if you crave accuracy, and performance above all, Sony might steal the show. Number 2, Samsung, and we're spotlighting the Samsung QN65S90D OLED. Samsung is omnipresent, and its premium OLED is a major step up from budget sets, bringing together years of display technology refinement. Strong reputation, top-tier panel tech, reliable service, but not cheap. The QN65S90D OLED offers excellent color with quantum dot technology layered into the OLED panel, contrast that combines deep OLED blacks with bright QD highlights, and motion handling that makes sports and action movies look crisp. As listed among top-selling models, it's popular for good reason. It runs Tizen OS, which is mature and stable with lots of apps and reliable updates. Samsung's build quality is strong, with premium materials and solid construction, plus a good support network with service centers across the country. More expensive, typically $2,200 to $3,000 for a 65-inch, but for longevity and quality, many see it as worthwhile. Samsung is one of the most popular and trusted brands globally. Samsung has been making displays for decades, supplying panels to other manufacturers and refining their technology. The QD OLED technology in this model is cutting edge, combining perfect blacks of OLED with color volume of quantum dots. The result is a picture that's both accurate and punchy, with HDR content that looks incredibly lifelike. The Tizen OS is fast and rarely crashes, the remote is well designed, and Samsung's gaming features make it great if you also use a gaming console. For viewers over 65, the interface is logical, and the picture is easy on the eyes even during extended viewing. A trusted brand with premium pedigree, but you pay for that peace of mind. Finally, the number one brand that truly delivers for viewers over 65. Number 1. Sony, and we're spotlighting the Sony A95L QD OLED. Sony is often revered by home theater lovers, and for good reason. That goes beyond just specifications. Best-in-class picture processing, reliability, and user experience refined down to the smallest details. The A95L QD OLED is praised for color accuracy that makes skin tones look natural and landscapes look real, brightness that pushes OLED to new heights without sacrificing those perfect blacks, and cinematic performance that honors filmmaker intent. It likely runs Google TV or Android TV, well supported with regular updates, intuitive with easy navigation, familiar interface that millions already know. Sony has a very strong reputation for long-term build quality, with fewer panel issues reported over years of use, and customer service that actually helps. High price, typically $2,500 to $3,500 for a 65-inch, but for someone over 65 who values clarity, fidelity, and longevity, this is a top pick that will serve you well for a decade or more. According to Life Story Research, Sony is the most trusted TV brand in 2025, beating out all competitors. What sets Sony apart isn't just the panel, it's the processing. Sony's image processor analyzes every frame and optimizes it in real time, reducing noise, smoothing motion without making it look fake, and upscaling lower resolution content to look better on the 4K screen. This matters tremendously for viewers over 65 who watch a mix of content, streaming shows, cable news, DVDs, and broadcast TV. Everything looks better on a Sony because of that processing power. The colors are accurate, not oversaturated. Motion is smooth, not stuttery or artificially smoothed. Text is crisp and easy to read. The interface is straightforward without overwhelming options. And when you call Sony support, you actually get help. If you want a TV that's going to feel timeless, clear, accurate, and built to last, this is the one. Let's talk about why these top 3 are the winners and what they offer that the others don't. The Sony A95L delivers the best overall picture quality with processing that makes everything look better, long-term reliability that means you won't be shopping for a replacement in 3 years, and is ideal for cinematic viewing whether you're watching the latest streaming movie or a classic film. The Samsung QN65S90D balances premium quality with strong support and a trusted brand name that's recognized worldwide, plus gaming features. The LG OLED 65G4 offers exceptional black levels that make movies look incredible, great for TV shows and films in darker rooms, and a reliable smart OS that gets regular updates. Why do they rise above? They deliver clarity that makes on-screen text easy to read even from across the room, reliability that means the TV will work as well in year 5 as it did on day 1, and a smooth, smart TV experience without the retail illusion of demo mode gimmicks. For seniors, these TVs make on-screen text clear so you're not squinting at captions. Motion feels stable without judder that can cause eye strain, and the OS easy to navigate with logical menus, all key for over 65 viewers who want to actually enjoy their TV rather than fight with it. Let me recap the tiers for you so you can see the full picture. First, the traps. Brands like Insignia, Toshiba, and Sharp. Tempting prices that catch your eye, but too many compromises in picture quality, reliability, and long-term performance that leave you disappointed 6 months down the road. Then, the middle ground, Vizio, Roku, Hisense, and TCL, Good options for budget-conscious buyers or performance lovers who understand the trade-offs, but with compromises in build quality, software polish, or consistency. And finally, the winners: Panasonic, LG, Samsung, and Sony. Real showstoppers that combine reliability you can count on, brightness that works in any lighting condition, and user-friendly smart features that don't require a teenager to set up. Here's the main takeaway. Buying from Costco, Best Buy, Amazon, or Target isn't the problem. These are legitimate retailers with good return policies. The problem is falling for the wrong model because it looked great under those bright store lights, or because the sale price seemed too good to pass up. With the right brand and model, your TV can actually change how you watch, making shows easier to see without straining your eyes. More enjoyable because the colors and motion look natural, and more reliable for years, so you're not constantly troubleshooting or calling tech support. Tell me in the comments which TV you're eyeing. I'll help you figure out if it's a smart buy or if there's a better option at a similar price. If you like this rundown, hit subscribe for more honest guides and deep dives into products that actually matter for your life.